Well, I mean, I used to go to VHS stores. You know, I'm that old, so I used to go to those kind of things and spend hours in like Blockbuster and all those kind of places.
Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here. And today, I have you. Physical media will always be cool. That it will. Nothing will ever change my mind about that. So what's the idea for this video? Why I'm talking about physical media will always be cool, besides the fact that I always talk about physical media on the channel as well. Recently, there was an article that came up from the Rolling Stones, which I'm going to pop up here. I'm not going to read the article and go over the article because apparently you either have to subscribe, pay them money, and whatnot to actually read this article. I'm not going to do that because I don't even like Rolling Stone that much. And as much as I do like reading articles and talking to you guys when I find a really great physical media article, sometimes I find it so much more creative and fulfilling when I actually get to just talk from me and give you guys my thoughts as they just come off the top of my head. But I wanted to read this headline because that's pretty much all I can read, and I'll give you my thoughts on all this because for the most part, the gist of this is physical media is cool again. So, but it says physical media is cool again. Streaming services have themselves to blame. They absolutely do. It says collectors, new and old, tell Rolling Stone there's nothing quite like the feel of holding your favorite art in your hands, and it's so much more than that. And I love that image, and that's pretty much all I can show you because that's all they will allow me to read. So I'm going to go ahead and take that down there. And yes, physical media. There's something special about physical media, as I've talked many times here on my channel. The feel of a new Blu-ray or DVD or 4K VHS tape, CD, vinyl, the liner notes, the special features, the sound quality, the visual quality, the fact that it's yours and yours alone. And yes, these streaming services, as we just talked about, are to blame. As Josh Brolin just mentioned in a video I did where he talks about streaming services are boring because everything on there is just so boring and everything's like the same because it's all algorithm numbers, ones and zeros, like I mentioned. It's all mush. It's all the streaming effect, and it's driven people back to physical media, which I love. That it won't be the masses, you know, as much as I would absolutely say the masses have turned against streaming and have gone back to physical media. They haven't. For the most part, the masses will always stick with streaming. They just will. But there is a rising resurgence, or whatever you want to call it, bubbling up, where young Gen Zers, people of my age, people of all generations are starting to be like, hey, remember DVDs? You remember VHS tapes? Do you remember actually owning something you really loved? You remember books? You remember vinyl? You remember CDs? And you're starting to see more and more stores like this pop up and starting to become very successful. Like as I just covered not too long ago, there's a couple stores that talk about how the sales of their vinyls and CDs has surged, but as more and more people are coming into their stores, they're not just buying CDs and vinyls; they're buying Blu-rays, they're buying DVDs, they're buying 4Ks, they're buying VHS tapes. You know, it's starting to grow, and it's something special, and it's something that will always be cool. I mean, to own what you love physically in your hands, that is cool. That's a feeling that can't be beat. So much better than digital ones and zeros where you don't know if it's going to be on this streaming service, that streaming service, if this streaming service is going to merge with that streaming services, if this is going to be taken down, if that's going to be taken down, if you'll be even like, well, I've seen some people, why am I paying for this if I have to rent this? Why am I paying for this if it's not even on there? You know, it's a situation where you see there are certain people changing and going back to physical media or wanting physical media and everything. Yes, there is a bit of a nostalgic thing to it that's drawing people to it on some levels, but there's also a thing of like ownership. People are finally realizing, you know, maybe I should own my favorites. And once again, like I've always said here on my channel, I'm not advocating for you all to go out there and buy all the brand new 4K movies, all the steelbooks. You don't even have to buy steelbooks. I know a lot of people don't like steelbooks. You don't have to go 4K. You don't have to go 4K if you don't want to go 4K. If a DVD is fine with you, buy a DVD. If a VHS is fine with you, buy a VHS. You know, as long as you're buying your favorites on physical media, because that's where it's at. That's what you love, right? And it will always be cool. There's always something very cool and special and fascinating about owning what you love, right? And I would highly recommend that you always do that. Make a list of your favorites, buy them, get them, because these streamers are going to continue to do what they're doing because they cannot admit defeat. A lot like Disney Plus literally had to buy Hulu, the rest of Hulu, merge it into Disney Plus and get rid of Hulu just so they can say Disney Plus was a success. It's not. You know, Netflix, as much as I hate Netflix, is the only one that's been successful, and that honestly saddens me because they are by far one of the worst. I can't stand them. But I mean, be cool, be part of this what do I want to call it? I don't want to really call it a resurgence because I don't feel like it's a resurgence, right? I think we use that word far too much over so many things about a resurgence. I don't feel like it's a resurgence. Do I feel it's cool? Yes. I feel like it's a, I don't know the word I'm looking for here. If anybody's watching this and made it this far in the video, what word am I looking for here? Because I don't feel like it's a resurgence. I feel like it's something that's bubbling up and coming back. And I know that's resurgence. I know it's resurgence, but it just feels different. It doesn't feel, it just, I don't know. That's just, give me a word for it, guy. That's different than resurgence in the comment section down below because physical media is cool, will always be cool. Buy your favorites. And it's just, I mean, just think about it. You're getting an article in the Rolling Stones, whether you love them or not, because this article is making its rounds going from physical media. The Kino Lorber, I've seen Kino Lorber post it. I've seen other people post it. You know, at least the headline, because most people can't read the whole article because Rolling Stones is going to make you pay for it. But it's making its round, and that tells you something. That tells you something that there's people like, even people who like, why did I ever go streaming in the first place? And I've seen this and go, yeah, maybe we should go back to physical media. I love seeing that. I love hearing that. I love the people. I love the comments I get in my comment section lately about people telling me they're going back to physical media and wondering if video stores are going to make a comeback. And when I say video stores, they've changed. They're not so much the rental video stores anymore. Like we talked to Harrison Lang from Static Tape on the channel here. He's made a video store that feels like the video rental store, but you come in and you buy movies, you buy VHS, you buy Blu-rays, you buy DVDs, you buy vinyl. You know, that's how they're coming back in a way in that form. And in some cases, some of them are starting to rent movies. But it's giving you the feeling of the video store in a sense where it's cool to hang out and talk and buy and eventually buy, because that's what we eventually did. The people that love the video store is we've created our own video stores in our own homes, and that's why we continue to buy physical media. And I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. And as I close out this video, you know, I want to say, leave me all your guys' thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. If you liked what you saw here, maybe subscribe, hit that bell for notification. That'd be awesome if earn you guys' subscriptions, or possibly share this video for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help out my channel immensely. I thank you and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys being channel members here, and for all of your support. And to everybody watching, whether you like me, hated me, or liked this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Always support physical media because it truly is the superior format now more than ever. And as I go, I leave you with this from Tim Burton, and I hope you made it this far. Godspeed.
Well, I mean, I used to go to the VHS stores. You know, I'm that old, so I used to go to those kind of things and spend hours in like Blockbuster and all those kind of places. So for me, I love it because, I mean, I think this problem with like streaming is that you see something you like and then it goes away. And there's something that's really, you know, if you love a film or you love films, there's something, you know, tactile about just having it and having part of your collection. And so for me, you know, it spurs your imagination, your memory about certain things. It gets you into, yeah. So you kind of go down different paths and journeys when you come into a place like this, which is, you know, you can spend hours or days in here.
Yeah.